Hey guys, welcome to Ross Reviews. This is Charlie bringing the reaction review to Dark Phoenix Trailer number 2. Only about a week after it came out, which is not bad for me. Sorry, it's been a weird few days. But getting around to reacting to it now, and I'll actually have a reaction going live later on for a trailer that came out the same day. Times are changing, folks. Yeah, no. These things happen, and, you can't always get on the reaction straight away. But, one later on, it's coming out the same day, which I'm super hyped for. Because it's been a really long time since... Actually, to be honest, it's been a fair while since the first trailer for this came out as well. And the one later on. But this is Dark Phoenix. I believe this is meant to be the swan song for the X-Men... this X-Men universe. So... Because... It's all got shifted back to Disney now, I believe. So... This is the last one. I think this might be the last one anyway, for them. I'm not sure if they're planning to do any more for this group. But in fairness, they can still utilise these. I think they can still get away with utilising these guys going forward in the Disney universe. There's no real reason why they can't tie in the events of this, as far as I'm aware, to. I suppose there's a whole issue with mutants not really being a thing or mentioned in MCU so far. So I guess they do have to scrap it thinking about it. The very worst, they can make this like an alternate universe or something like that, but. I think they guess that they do have to ignore it because Wanda and Pietro were the first two mutants to appear on the scene, and then the Inhumans, of course. So I think they do kind of have to ignore this as a whole thing because otherwise people would have been aware of mutants before now. Probably. But sad as it is, whilst they can technically ignore the whole mutant thing, they could reuse the same actors. They just have to sort of have the timeline fresh, I guess. Is probably the only way they could tie it in, so they could have like a multiverse thing where it's still the same people playing the characters. It's just the timeline's different, and none of the people have done the things that they've done so far in this universe, in the MCU. So that's the only way I can see getting around this. But it's nice. It'll be nice to watch this. Final trailer, hey? And final film. Hopefully they give it a slightly better send-off than Apocalypse. I don't think Apocalypse was bad. It just isn't on par with the previous. That's where I stand on it. I didn't think it was bad. It was still entertaining enough. It was just a good film. It was just it's just a good film to watch. It was entertaining enough to, while away a couple of hours. But it wasn't on par with the previous. So hopefully they can redeem it a little bit. Not that I feel like it needs as much redemption as some other people do, but I'm hoping they can end it on a slightly higher note regardless. So let's watch this trailer. Oh. Well.
Why did you make me do that?
Look at me.
Okay.
Focus on my voice. I'm not giving up on you, Jean.
She was my friend.
You're my family.
Oh, they are confirming that theory.
Stop.
Are they confirming that theory?
Look. You're special, Jean. And if you stop fighting that force inside you, if you embrace it, you will possess the very power of a god.
Yeah. I guess that is confirming that. Oh wow.
Fix this, Charles. Tell me what to do. I don't know what to do.
And what they don't understand,
Do we know what she's playing yet?
and what they fear, we seek to destroy.
This is your fault, Charles. I tried to protect her.
I'm scared. When I lose control, bad things happen to people.
Certainly seems a lot more personal stakes.
guys. She's still Jean. We can still help her.
Sometimes we want to believe people are something that they are not. By the time you realize who they are, it's too late.
Okay.
She's coming.
Okay. Oh, I'm not really sure where to start with that because, I mean, I'll be honest, there wasn't really much of a reaction there because I was actually really quite engrossed in the trailer there. It definitely seems a lot more personal stakes in this. Like I think there's a little bit more, I think there's a little bit more personality to the Apocalypse film than people give it credit for. I mean, it was a little bit more just end of the world kind of shenanigans going on rather than sort of the more personal stakes of First Class and Days of Future Past. However, obviously this has got a little bit more action in it. Not action, a little bit more connection in it with the other mutants, and and a lot more drama in that respect. So I think it's a little bit more, from the trailer, it seems a little bit more on track with that. Now the curious thing is, I don't know if they confirmed who Jessica Chastain is playing yet. In a way, I kind of almost don't want to know, but because there's one scene in that which makes it kind of seem like she's like the Phoenix part of Jean Grey. That is mental, but we've seen her obviously outside of Jean Grey, sort of in the real world, talking to her, seemingly sort of interacting. Although I'm not sure if we've seen Chastain talk to anyone other. Oh no, she was in that scene later on though. Where I think she was in that scene where Magneto's using the guns. So I think that was her in that shot there. So yes, we have seen her interact with other people. So she's not just a sort of, I can't think of the word now, but realization of the Phoenix part of Jean. Ironically being sort of the devil on the shoulder whilst sort of looking like an angel. No, have we actually had an actual angel in this universe yet? I can't remember. Yes, we did. Last film. I can't remember if he died or not. But he was there, wasn't he? He was one of the horsemen. Because he became Archangel in that situation. But yeah, I mean, it looks really good. That trailer is really well put together. And I'm honest, I think the first trailer was quite good as well. So I think they've done really well with the trailers and the marketing so far on this film. They've really sort of set it up as very much high stakes for everyone involved. It's a little bit weird that seemingly like that last shot was sort of, the post credits was seemingly like the prelude to the bit beforehand, because they had sort of the interaction with Magneto and the guns and what looked like Chastain's character, but that seems to follow on from the post credit shot where they're all sort of tied up and shackled up. And then they seem to get released, presumably by what Jean/Phoenix is doing with the train. They must get released as part of derailing it, and then they have to fight each other by the looks of things. So I'm kind of glad they haven't really spoiled a lot of the set pieces, and it does seem to confirm the theory that Mystique dies, which is obviously why Beast has turned sides, and he's saying it's all your fault, Charles, and all that jazz. In a way, I'm not sure if that's, whilst that seems to be like a big spoiler for the plotline, it's kind of what people were thinking from the first trailer, whilst they never sort of confirmed it. It was sort of what the first trailer would, like, this is what people were thinking of, like, picking up from the hints, was inferring, reading between the lines from the first trailer, is that Jean must kill Mystique, and that's why Beast swaps eyes and saying what he's, saying the stuff he says in the first trailer. This seems to confirm it confirm that theory a little bit more. So I guess that is the end of Mystique. Who knows? They might just throw a curveball and that's not actually what happens. But that being said, this is a really good trailer. June the 7th. This has been shunted around on the old release front for quite a while. It was supposed to come out last year, I think, and then it got shunted to around this time this year, and now it's June the 7th, which is probably actually a better slot for it, because it's out of the way of all the other superhero films now. I think it's out of the way of all the other superhero films at this point now. So pretty good. And I think, to be honest, for the swan song of this sort of set of X-Men films, I think just giving it that proper summer slot is, I think it deserves it in a way. I think it's more deserving of that summer slot now, because things like the Marvel, like the MCU, things like Captain Marvel and Infinity War, they're going to bring in the numbers in March and April. They don't need the summer slot to do really well. Whereas the X-Men films are kind of not on the same level as that money-wise, I don't think, anyway. So it'd be nice to give them that summer slot, just to give them that little bit extra. Because it's June the 7th. No, sorry, I'm getting my months mixed up there. So June the 7th was not really necessarily a special date as such, because I was thinking it said July the 7th for a second. That's always going to be the July the 4th weekend. But no. But still, it's a better slot for it than spring, especially around all the films that are coming out in this time, because we've got Captain Marvel, Shazam, Endgame. They're all coming out in the next couple of months, aren't they? So I think it's pretty much one a month now if you put Phoenix in June. So that being said, really looking forward to this. I was always going to watch it, but this seems from the trailers to be a step up back on the, especially with sort of the storytelling of the first two films, rather than just sort of a bombastic popcorn film, which Apocalypse was. Still fairly good, but it just wasn't sort of the same style and feel as the first two. So hopefully this feels like a sort of return to that. Anyway, thank you for watching this. I will see you again in the next reaction. Ta-ra.